All right, hunters, it's almost time. The Monster Hunter Wilds open beta is just around the corner. And if you're anything like me, you're counting down the days. With the open beta so close, there's no better way to prepare than by jumping back into Monster Hunter World. In this video, we're going to focus on 3 key ways to sharpen your skills before the Wilds beta drops. First up, let's talk weapons. In Monster Hunter Wilds, hunters will be able to carry 2 weapons during hunts, switching between them as the situation demands. That means learning a second weapon or choosing a complementary pairing is essential for success in Wilds. Take some time in Monster Hunter World to learn a second weapon or refine your primary and secondary combo. You'll want to pick weapons that complement each other, giving you flexibility against different types of monsters and environments. For instance, pairing a blunt weapon like the hammer with a fast mobile weapon like the insect blades gives you a well-rounded toolkit for any hunt. You can bash heads as well as slice tails. The hammer is great for raw damage, while the insect glaives provides consistent proccing of any type of status effects and is more effective in that manner. So that's just one example, and the best thing about Wild is I'm assuming just like World, there's so many different ways to play. So take some time, experiment with World, pick out your second weapon, and just have fun and go at it. Next, let's talk about armor skills. In Monster Hunter Wilds, we don't have full clarity on how armor skills will function just yet, but based on what we've seen in World, it's a good idea to experiment with skills. That works across multiple weapons. Skills like Focus or Resentment are great examples of armor abilities that aren't tied to a specific weapon, but provide benefits for multiple playstyles. Focus improves your charge time across a range of weapons, while Resentment boosts attack power when you're hurt. Skills like these can enhance your overall effectiveness no matter what weapon you're using. Experiment with different builds in Monster Hunter World to see which skills give you the most flexibility. The more familiar you are with how these skills work, the easier it will be to spot any new mechanics or enhancements to existing skills when Wilds launches. Even though the beta will be a small slice of the full game, knowing which armor skills can boost your performance will give you an edge when we dive into Monster Hunter Wilds. Take this time to prepare so you'll be ready to adapt when we discover the differences and enhancements in Wilds. Lastly, let's talk about multi-monster hunts. In Monster Hunter Wilds, monsters will occasionally operate in groups, working together to hunt you down. This is something we haven't seen much in previous games, and it's going to add a completely new layer of challenge to our hunting environment. In Wild, monsters of the same species might coordinate attacks and present a united front against you. This is why practicing multi-monster hunts in Monster Hunter World is critical. Learning how to balance fighting 2 or more monsters at once while keeping track of your positioning and resources will be essential to success in Wilds. And to help you get started, here are some of the events and optional quests in Monster Hunter World that are perfect for practicing these skills. One thing that I like to add that's consistent about each of these events is that they all take place in the arena, so monsters aren't running away. And therefore, you can have more opportunities to have multiple monsters and dodging multiple monsters. So let's take a look at a few of the event quests in the Master Rank section that are going to be a little helpful here. And I'll go down the list from easiest to hardest in this instance. First up, let's talk about Balloon Fight. Okay, that one will put you against 2 Palomalus, and they'll be, relatively easy, but they both attack kind of at the same time for you. Then second, a Hunter's Blunder provides, 2 different monsters that will, continuously provide 2 different play styles. Next, Every Hunter's Dream 3, and then following with When the Swift Meets the Roar. And then if you're looking for a little bit more challenge, We Three Kings puts you up against 3 Elder Dragons in a tight quarter situation that will allow you to get a lot of experience with ferociously attacking beasts. And then finally, I think these last 2 event quests will provide you with so much of a challenge, especially if you're experimenting with new skills and weapons. And that's Muscle Monkey Madness and Mighty Muscle Monkey Madness, which is Rajang and Furious Rajang, and they are always a fun and tough fight, and they have no qualms about attacking you constantly all the time. With that, the more comfortable you are with these encounters, the more prepared you'll be for the group hunts in Monster Hunter Wilds. And in addition, as an added bonus, a lot of these multi-monster quests have some pretty good rewards too. So you'll also be boosting your world character. Whether you're mastering a second weapon, experimenting with armor skills, or surviving multi-monster hunts, now's the time to prepare for Monster Hunter Wilds Open Beta. These strategies will give you the edge to tackle everything the beta throws at us. Good luck, and I'll see you next week. Don't forget to hit the subscribe for more tips and updates on Monster Hunter Wilds, World, Rise, all 3, and happy hunting, hunters.